Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back. Today we're going to do the hashtag color combo 2023 and we're going to finish up our white study for the month. And today the colors are white and brown, and I am going to make something to put in this journal. And if I flip over here, here are my bits and pieces, and I'm going to end up mounting it, I think, on this music paper. So I'm going to get my pieces out and we will get started. I hope everybody is doing well today and that you're still enjoying the color combo challenge. We are about to the end, believe it or not. And I don't know what we're going to do after we finish this. I haven't decided yet, but I've got a little bit to come up with something. I also wanted to thank everybody for supporting my Wednesday Grunge Play videos and that little series going on Wednesdays. I think it's been quite successful and I am enjoying it very much. I'm very much a grungy kind of journalist, so that fits right into my style. And I'm glad you guys are liking it as well. So what I'm going to start with is just a plain old white envelope. And I'm going to create it so that it will wrap around the page and flip out like this. And then I'm going to put a card inside. The card's going to be really simple. I'm just taking a white library card. I couldn't think of what this was. A white library card, and I'm going to stamp on it. And that is basically going to be my card for the inside. I'm going to use walnut stain, and I'm going to use this Tim Holtz stamp. And I can't tell you off the top of my head what set this is from, because I kind of store my stamps based on how I use them and also what they are. And so, for example, I have, a sheet that has all the florals on it. So I'm looking for a block big enough, if you're wondering what I'm digging for. Actually, I could just use my platform. It's within reach, and it would be the easiest thing to do. So let me put my glue book back over here, and we'll get situated and do things correctly here. And these library cards I found in a thrift store, and they had a whole stack of the cards and a whole stack of the just plain library pockets. And wrong way, Tammy. So I just picked them up for a few bucks, and so I can decorate them however I want to. Oh, look, that had some ink on it. Alright, so this is, like I said, walnut stain. And this is going to give me the brown and white. Just going to ink it up good. We can always go back and redo it if we don't get a good impression, but it should be good with this platform. Do I want to do it again? I think I will do it one more time. This stamp is kind of made to be kind of faded out looking. So I'm not worried about it being perfect because the stamp is not made to be perfect. There we go. So Click that off. That's going to be pretty much my stamp. I am going to ink around it. Do I want to use the same walnut stain? No, I think I'm going to use Gathered Twigs. I don't know that there's much of a difference, but we're going to see. It's this one. Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit lighter, so it gives us a little bit of a contrast. Alright, so that's pretty much my card that's going to fit down in there. The only other thing I may do is add a tab, but actually I don't think, and it might be deep enough. Let's see. I can get it in there. Yeah, I can put a tab on there. I also can put another piece of, you know, ephemera in there if I want to. That's a little bit bigger. Put my platform back. Alright, so my envelope, like I said, I'm just going to leave it white. I am going to ink around it. Wrong one. I know watching somebody ink is kind of boring, isn't it? We need to find some kind of a fancy way to do it, kind of like, you know, dealing cards or something. Spin our dauber around. Come up with some kind of trick. Alright, so there's that. And then I have, this is out of a German Boy Scout book, and it's some kind of Boy Scout song, I'm sure. I myself can't read German, so I'm not sure what it says, but I do know that the book that it came out of is like a Boy Scout manual, and it's on a little thicker cardstock, so it's going to give this overall card or envelope, you know, a little more sturdy appeal, or not appeal, but you know what I mean. And then I have this scrap, it's Tim Holtz scrap piece of paper that I'm going to put back here just for a little bit more brown. So if I cut it about right there where those white dots are. Okay, and then ink around that. So that's gonna go, you know, just show a couple rows of those dots. And I'm gonna leave just a little bit of an edge all the way around the envelope. Kind of like that. And actually when I glue it, I may glue it so that there's another pocket right there. Make sure I got my envelope. Nope. Yep, it's the right way. Okay. Set my card over there out of the way. Alright, so let's glue this down. And I'm using our glitter glue just because I don't feel like messing with a glue stick today. Some days I just don't want to mess with the glue stick. And there are no days that I want to mess with Fabri-Tac, even though I have to some days. I hate it because it messes up my nails, the polish, because it's acetone based, which of course is the same thing that's in fingernail polish remover. So if it gets on your nails, it takes off the fingernail polish. And even though I wear, you know, something that's fairly nude, it makes my fingernails look all gritty. But anyway, that's another gripe. Gruddy, is that even a word? Is that kind of like grunge and cruddy together? You got gruddy. Okay, I think I will make this pocket. So I'm going to glue it here, here, and here. And even though I probably won't be able to access the whole thing when we're done, I'll still have room to stick a little something in there if I come across something that I want to hoard. That's what goes in my journals, the stuff that I want to hoard and not get rid of. Okay, now I have this little fashion department sign, and I'm going to put it down here, and I'm going to wrap it around rather than cut it off, because I want it to be open at the top so that it's kind of like a tuck, and I am not going to ink it because I don't necessarily want it to be a focal point. And to me, when you ink something, it draws more attention to it. And I would rather it not look more like part of the... Oh, and I put that around. I'll never get that off, I bet. Oh, maybe I did. I didn't even it up. What I was saying before I messed up there is I want it to look more like it's a piece of this background than something that's standing out. So I'm not inking it. Alright, so next I have this little frame, and I'm going to glue this digital in the frame kind of cockeyed. Like that. And I'm not inking around the woman either. I think this digital is from the Digital Collage Club, and the frame is from the Mente frame set book. Let me get this in here and I'll show it to you. So if you're interested in that. And this is going to be like a little tag that sticks down in this little tuck like that. Okay. And we'll probably put like a little, you know, cut it. I don't know if I'll cut it like a tag, but I may put like a little grommet or something in the top, depending on how it looks when we're done. All right. The book is called Mente Papers Frame Book, and it's just a book of all kinds of different frames that you can cut out and use. I thought it was kind of cool. So, if you saw I think it was the black and white week, I used some white frames out of there. All right, now this is where we're going to get a little funky. I've got this big old flower, which is also a Mente flower that I cut out of... Let me grab the book for it. This one, Flora book number 6. And it has just a whole bunch of fussy cut flowers on like a pretty heavy cardstock, so they're pretty sturdy. So that's what that one is out of. Ooh, I may want that one instead of the one I have. Okay. So I had this butterfly to put back here, but that one was stuck in the book, and I actually kind of like it too. So I'm giving it a test drive here. Yeah, I think I'll use that one because I think it'll work well. Okay, so then I have, this is where I said we're going to get a little funky. I have this owl, and he's going to sit right here on the sign and next to this flower. But I want to place it so that I can still get my little woman back here, tuck in her little spot. Didn't glue the edge of that down. And this is from let me see exactly where he needs to be. I've also got a pine cone. And actually, I think I had him standing on that one. Yep. No, I didn't, because I have my book here. I told you we're going to get a little funky. I had him on the book. Okay, the book and the owl are from a, and actually I may like my original butterfly better because he's flying the right way. Yep, I'm going to go with my original butterfly. The book and the owl, sorry, are from a die cut set that is I'm not sure who, because I didn't keep the label, but it's, it has a bunch of books in it, and owls, and wizards, and fountain pens, and ink bottles, and it's a really cool little die cut set. And I have the bag, but I didn't keep the label. But if you have a scrapbook store, I'm sure you can find it. I don't usually get things like this, but I love owls. And when I saw these owls, I knew I had to have it. So anyway, sorry I can't tell you who this is. It may be 49 in Market, but I am honestly not sure. So if somebody knows what kit this is, please leave it as a comment, so if anybody's interested, they can do better than me, and you can share your information. All right, so I believe to do this, I need to glue down the butterfly first, and I need to put something like some string or something for the antennae. I think I've got some white scrappy bits. Let's see if I can get, that's white, right? Mostly. Mostly. So if I stick that under there, and then to tie it in, oh, I have this piece of white trim and this wax seal. And I'm going to put it down here somewhere. Kind of like that. So that's what it's going to look like when we get finished, if all goes well. And everybody's thinking, what does an owl have to do with the fashion department? Well, I think owls are very fashionable, myself. So I'm gonna just kind of stick that down. And I'm not inking the butterfly. I'm just kind of keeping everything in place until I get some of these back pieces where I want them. Okay, take that out now. I'm not inking my flower, so I'm keeping the white white. And normally I would cut a little closer around that, but since we're doing white, I'm leaving it intentionally. And this pine cone is out of another 49 in Market flower book, and it is I'm the world's worst about remembering the names of these things. I just get them and use them, folks. Flora book number 9. And it's more pastel-y looking colors and fall looking. See, that's fall. I would never use the back of that, but it's got beautiful stuff on this side. So that is that one, number 9. So I have number 6 and number 9. All right, so now let's glue our book down. And I did make the book, I peeled some off the back so it wasn't as thick as what the normal piece would be. And actually I could do that with the owl as well. But if you just kind of separate the layers, either with your fingernail or you can use, you know, like a pokey tool or an X-Acto or something like that, then you can separate the layers and make it where it's not as bulky. I don't want to rip him. If I rip him, I'm going to cry. So I'm just going to go real slow here. I don't know if I told you, but my husband, for my birthday, got me 3 prints. They're from the 1800s. They came all the way from the UK. And they are original prints of owls. And they were mounted in photo mats. And they are so cool. They're hanging up in my TV room. Alright, so I want to leave the back side. Oh, you know what? I didn't leave the book up. Okay, I can still get it up enough to do that. Alright, so no glue from like his eyeball over. So we're going to glue like this. Can you see what I'm doing? Just going to glue that one side. And then put him down. That's kind of a cool pattern to keep, isn't it? I may keep that just for an outline of an owl. Then you can fill in all the details. Okay. So now our little tag should be able to slide right down, and I think it needs to have another piece of backer put on it so it's a little bit stiffer. Because this is just scrapbook paper, so it's not, you know, it's not a thick scrapbook paper either. So let's see if I have something that we can put on the back there. Let's put this on the back there. That's almost perfect, but not quite. A smart person would have put the glue on the digital and not the background, but obviously I left my brain somewhere else today. Didn't bring it up to my studio with me. And then I'm going to put a grommet, I think, in one of these corners with something that I can grab onto to pull that in and out. I could use one of these big ones, but that's awful big. Yeah, that's too big. It's not going to look good. I could use this coppery color. Let's do that. Or do I want to use another option that would still be kind of in the brown category? Would be a rusty paper clip, which is more my speed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Change of plans. I'm just gonna put that right on there and leave it up just a little bit so that you have something to kind of grab onto. Now that this is sturdier, wait for your glue to dry, Tammy. You won't tear stuff up. There we go. It should go right down in there like that. And then let's put our little wax seal there, because even though you can't read that it's, you know, the whole word department, I think there's enough of it there that you know what it says. Okay. Now, because our card is not as deep, this is going to go in here and it's going to flip out. Do I care about my butterfly wings sticking up? No, I don't think I do. And you could also put the card, except for I glued that leaf down right there in the pine cone. After I made that a pocket. But you know what? We can fix that, because if I take an X-Acto knife this is going to be a lesson in when you mess something up, you can always come up with a solution. So if I take an X-Acto knife and I cut right along here, say, not real hard because I don't want to cut through all the layers. Okay, work on it just a little bit more here. There we go. Now I have kind of like a hidden pocket right there. But if I wanted to stick something down in there, I think this card's too tall. But if I wanted to stick something, say here, like a little tag or something, I could, but it'd still look like that is part of the thing. I think I'm going to cut this leaf off. And ink that little edge right there back up. Butterfly wings, I'm not going to worry about because I want it to stick up. Yeah, so that works. And then, because our tag is short, or our card is short, I think I'm going to put a grommet right here, and then I think I'm going to hang a little tag. right there. So I'm going to put that right there in the corner. Get my crocodiles, excuse the reach. Make sure I got my card at the bottom so I don't poke a hole in it. I was also making sure I wasn't on the flap side, so when I put this grommet in, I wasn't closing the flap. I didn't think I was, but it never hurts to double check before you commit yourself to something. It's kind of like that measure twice, cut once kind of deal. Alright, now let's see if I have a teeny tiny tag that I can maybe put a number. I don't have hardly any numbers. I have that little 80 right there. That's not going to hack it. Small white tacks. And I know I've got plenty of white ones. So we'll do one like that right there. And then we'll just put a number on it in brown, and that'll give us another brown and white element. And then I think we'll be done. Alright, let me find a number or something. Here's this one that says reference department. And do that. And I'm gonna stamp it on the these have like a kind of a shiny side and a non-shiny side, and I'm gonna stamp it on the non-shiny side, so hopefully it won't smear. Sorry, did I just knock the camera? I did, I apologize. I'm trying to reach my block. Do I want gathered twigs? No, I think I want walnuts soon. Okay, and then we're just going to put this through like this, and then like that. I feel like it needs to be a little shorter, so let's take it back off. Make our knot a little bit further down and cut it off. And I think I got these at the thrift store too, but no, I take that back. I think I got these at Joann's, and they're just like, you know, price tags for jewelry or whatever if you're going to sell your own jewelry. I have some this size and a little bit bigger and a little bit smaller. And they're pretty inexpensive for a bunch of them. Alright, so there we go. There is my brown and white for this week. And again, I'm going to put it, I'll take the card out here. I'm going to put it on, I think, that music page in my journal. This one, no, is that the right one? Yeah, this one. So it will go on the page like this. And then you can flip it out. Once I glue it on, you'll be able to flip it out. And this little card will be in the pocket. So there we go. I hope you like that. Next week we start the next study, and it is switching from white to cream color. And the first combination is cream and crimson. And I didn't realize when I put this together, I probably should put that one at the end of the month because we just did the red and white. But crimson, you know, is a deeper red in my opinion. So we have cream and crimson, cream and sky blue, cream and green, and cream and teal. So that is our cream study for the next 4 weeks. And then we'll wrap up the year with tan and, you know, 4 weeks of tan. So we're going all neutrals toward these last couple. So everybody can relax a little bit and not worry about these weird color combinations. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series, as I said before. And again, thank you for all your support for my channel. It is greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things with the Grunge Wednesdays. And like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do after this, but we'll come up with something fun that we can all do together. So until Thursday, when we're back for I Saw It on Pinterest, I hope everybody continues to have a good week, and I'll see you back on Thursday. Bye.